have been an adult for 10 years. I am 28 years of age. I was 18 10 years ago in 2014. It is 2024. I don't know if I made it clear, but I've been grown for a decade. And I've learned some things. I've seen some things. And I wanna give my sisters some tea. I wanna give y'all a little bit of advice because I needed this when I was 18. So listen with a clear mind, soul. Keep all your biases at the door. Listen to what I gotta say. Chew the meat, spit the bones, baby. This is gonna be a doozy. Okay, listen. Just listen.
Yeah, you heard that right. TT been doing this for a long time. TT been in this game for a minute. 10 years I've been grown. 10 years I've been an adult. 10 years I've been carrying all this big, fat, juicy booty around. Just kidding. Been thick. Anyway, I'm going to be really transparent with y'all. It's well after 1 a.m. I just came back from an event. I wasn't partying. I was vending. But, I was still bobbing and vibing to the music, whatever. But I wanted to make sure I got this video out. It's not Virgo season. Let me go ahead and wrap it up. Put a bow on Leo season. And to do that, I'm just going to celebrate the fact that I have 10 years of being I haven't even been drinking, y'all. That's how y'all know I'm just really tired. I have 10 years of being an adult. I have 10 years of having been an adult under my belt. And this is what I've learned. This is what I've been through thus far. On my 18th birthday, I moved into my college dorms. That was the day I became an adult, and also the day that I moved away from my parents, and I was solo dolo on my solo type shit, going to school. I went to school. Then about 4 years later, I had me a baby. And then 2 years after that, I had another baby. So at 22, then 24. I'm a mother of 2 at 24. And I'm looking at these young Gen Zs, these elder, actually they're elders in Gen Zs. They're about 24, 25 right now. And I'm just like, these little bitches is young. And I was doing too much at such an early age. But I'm grateful because I love my kids and they're very funny and they really make me go harder in this life stuff. Like they my everything. I love them, I don't know why I'm seeming drunk. You know what, y'all? I'm gonna record this later because I'm so tired that I might seem like I'm off drugs. So we're gonna get us another shot. Stay tuned. The next clip is gonna be me bright-eyed and a different bitch, okay? I promise. All right. TT is back, y'all. See how I reverted back to looking like a bum. Anyway, I'm still tired, but I'm about to make this video because I got to go to the gym and do stuff today. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. But when I think about being 28 years old, what really comes to mind is the fact that I'm grown. Like, there's no more excuses. I'm in my late 20s. In a minute, I'm not going to be able to say, well, I'm young still. And no, I'm creeping on that other side. Like, I'm grown. Like, kids is going to walk up to me and start asking me, like, life advice and stuff. So I really need to just reflect and get that type of stuff together because I'm a grown woman now. When I think about these past 10 years, I think about, you know what? I could take this off. I could be semi-presentable. When I think about these last 10 years, I'm really thinking about how you unpack your entire childhood, pretty much. And it only happens, like, in your second half of your 20s. Like, after you, 25, it really starts to settle in. Depending on what your life is like or what your childhood was like. And, the relationships that persist from childhood to adulthood, like relationships with your parents, other family members and stuff like that, you really start to look at people's actions and then think back on, okay, how was it when I was this age, and what happened when I was this, and why was this like that? Because you start to put yourself in other people's positions. Now that you're an adult and you have adult responsibilities, you start thinking from like a bigger perspective. Your perspective widens, and you realize that your formative years have set you up for what you're experiencing right now. And that could cause you to blame your caretakers or blame your circumstances and your situations, or wish that they were different so that your adulthood could be more ideal. That's probably the hardest part about being in your 20s. The social pressure of having to know exactly what you're going after. Like, looking back on it, there's no way an 18-year-old should be deciding what they're going to do with the rest of their life. They don't know anything. All they know is school, lunch, and SpongeBob. At least in my case, because I'm a young millennial. I didn't know nothing. I knew 106 in Park, Nicki Minaj, Drake. Didn't know nothing at all. I feel like society puts a lot of pressure on people in that transition from child to adult. And there's not really anything to set you up for success, especially if you don't come from a good foundation at home. Not to say my foundation wasn't good, but everything could be improved on, right? So I'm grateful for my life, of course. But it's like some things that if I would have had a more secure place in the world, then I wouldn't have made so many decisions like that weren't necessarily good. You know, you realize that a lot of things that we do are based in like emotion and just your mental health. And I wish that there was more emphasis on mental health when I was growing up, because I would have been more self-aware and tapped in with like how I was feeling. And, you know, I could name the things that are bothering me. I feel like that's one benefit that this upcoming generation has. But at the same time, it could be a handicap, because if you spend too much time in your head, what are you really doing to get ahead? Like, what are the actionable steps you can do? So sometimes people use their mental state as a crutch, when you actually have to overcome certain things in order to thrive in this world. All in all, these 10 years of being grown have been challenging, free. The self-discovery has been through the roof. I really don't have any complaints. I feel immensely blessed. If I had to pass on some knowledge to some young people coming up, it'll be definitely journal. Whenever you feeling like, you know, unwell, whenever you feel disturbed, don't mask it with drugs, alcohol, partying, sex, because that's just going to delay the healing, really. When you ignore your pain, you're just prolonging getting the remedy, really. It's no benefit to it. It might feel good in the short term, but at the same time, like, when you recover from, like, let's say you're hungover, you recover from that one night stand, you're left with yourself to think about what you did, why you did it, and put the pieces back together. But if we just confront them things head on when they occur, it can save you a lot of time and a lot of heartbreak. That's probably the biggest takeaway. I thought I was going to say stuff like more practical things about like, oh, when you go to college, do this, or don't do this. And no, it's not really like that, because everybody's path is individual. And I only have my lived experience to go off of. Like, going to college was a great decision for me because it was a slow introduction into the real world. I gained a lot of experiences. I got a degree. It taught me how to work hard. It taught me that whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. I didn't like school while I was going there, but I knew it was something I had to trudge through and go through, and I didn't give up. And in the end, a couple years later, it turned out to work out for me. Like, I have a secure job in my field. They paint a picture like if you go to college and you're going to have so much money, you're going to make so much money. But the thing is, like, the college degree is so diluted now. Everybody has one. It's like it's not rare. So like, you're not gonna really get paid what you think you are when you in college. Not gonna lie. And also, a lot of y'all needs to get some trades, because we got a lot of people sitting at desks, but we need some people under the sinks doing plumbing. People that can fix the toilets and stuff. Also, I want to talk about like the impact social media has on a person's psyche. And I can touch on it from a perspective of like, I was here on this earth when social media started. Like 2012 is when like Instagram started. So I seen the transition. I seen when everything was in chronological order and people was just posting like their food and their and pictures of what they're doing throughout the day. Before all these reels and TikToks and stuff like that, I've seen it grow. And back when I was coming up, the thing social media really had you invested in was like sex and, you know, big booties. Really, like that was when the not even the BBL trend, the ass shot trend was really strong back then. So all I was obsessed with was a big butt. So I can only imagine what the girls coming up now are obsessed with. People talking about their face structure, how their face is shaped. I never even considered that. I never thought like, oh, I don't have my, what they call them, quadrants. Oh, they're out of alignment and they're not right. I never thought about that shit in my life. I thought, damn, I need to get a bigger ass because all these girls have big booties and small waists. So I would do crunches at like midnight, but I only do one set and it didn't do nothing. I do squats, like 5 squats, and then be like, okay, I look thicker. Delusion. But anyway, that's beside the point. In these 10 years of being a grown woman, I've had 2 kids, I've been married, I've been divorced. Not in that order. Marriage, kids, divorce. That's how it went. I've had cars, leased a car, I own a car, paid insurance, lived in apartments, got a house. A lot. And I'm looking forward to many more years and much more reflection. When it comes to being alive, I think the most important thing to do is to develop your own measure of success and happiness, because the world will tell you what success is and the world will tell you what real happiness is. Like, for example, let's use birthdays, for example. Society will let you think all day that having fun on your birthday is getting drunk with your friends and dancing and being out late and going out every night of that weekend. And that's not the case for me. I prefer to really keep things I keep it very small around here because I like to relax. Very tired. And I've always felt a lot of pressure around my birthday just because of like other people's expectations. Like, what you doing for your birthday? Like, girl, I don't want to do nothing. I prefer not to do anything. But it's a societal pressure to make me feel like I'm not doing enough. That's one of the main things that I've had to combat in the last 10 years. Is just like thinking about what other people perceive, like the people that I date, like how would it look if I dated a guy that did this and I have this, and, you know, just stuff that really don't matter. Like I was listening to this audiobook and it said that a lot of times we think about our own lives as if it's being watched like a movie, like other people are perceiving us and judging us. And then they said, really, people don't give a fuck. Like, to be honest, people have their own stuff going on, and whatever you think people are paying attention to, I guarantee you they do not see it, because they probably in their head thinking about their own shit. Like, oh my God, my stomach hurt. Oh my God, my period late. Oh my God, I got a doo-doo. Like, I'm hungry. Like, people be thinking about they self. You sitting up here thinking that people is judging you. They don't give a fuck. And that's what you need to get to through your head, baby. You're not that cute. Your hairline is uneven. You look dusty. Like, go ahead and do your thing, baby. Don't let the world stop you from shining. If you want to pursue something, pursue it immediately, bitch. Do not let up on these niggas. Do not play around. Really. Do not play, because life is too short. Another thing I learned in these 10 years, life is finite. Okay? I know people from school that did not make it. I'm over here getting older and they age stopped where it did. And we're peers. That's a wake-up call. Like, no. The stuff that we stressing over, Don't need to be stressed over that bad. Like, life is gone. I don't know how else to say it. Like, I spent so much time worried about my circumstances, and the circumstances I was worried about, either it resolved on its own or with time it got better. I spent so much time stressing. And that goes for even like this past like 6 months, 8 months, a year. Like, I just now get into a place where I can just flow and be free and just accept that whatever's for me is going to be for me. And these challenges that are placed before me are only here to make me stronger for my next piece of my journey. And it's all about how I react to things and the mindset that I have. That's what really matters. It doesn't matter what so-and-so said or what so-and-so did, or, how my ego felt. Like, when I was going through my divorce with my ex-husband, I'm thinking like, okay, he out here doing X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, I can't be with no nigga that's doing X, Y, and Z. Like, that's not a good look for me. Like, I took all the emotion out of it. I was just like, I just can't be around. I can't be associated with no shit like that. I can't have nobody be like, oh, Daija husband do that. Like, that's embarrassing. That's really the perspective I was looking at things from. Like, it was an ego thing. And I still am challenged with my ego. But I think a healthy amount of ego is good, because I can't just be falling for anything. So it's like it's a checks and balances thing. But a big part of ego is how you're perceived by the world. And once you take your perception, like how you're perceived by the world, off the pedestal and make it like the last thing you think about, or take it away completely, you make different decisions. When you make decisions that are in alignment with your own happiness and your own well-being, you're a more free person. Because thinking about what other people would say, creating a false narrative and a false life and presenting it online, it's just going to make you feel worse about your real life. That's why I like to keep it real. Like, y'all see me come on here with my bonnet on, pajamas, holes in my shirt. It's a hole in this. Yeah, it's definitely a hole in here. I keep it real because this is my pleasure. This is where I thrive, in the reality of things. A lot of people is out here fake, and I don't like that, because life is real. And I can tell the difference. I can see the difference when I see somebody perpetrating and really just make me like, girl, you probably really going through it. You probably really need to go sit down with a notebook and turn on some lo-fi music and get to unraveling what's going on in your head, to where you feel like you got to create a false life for yourself and then just spew it out into the world like can't nobody tell. That's something else. You something else. You something else, girl. I like to be real because it gives other people permission to be real. Because I don't want to be around a whole bunch of fake people, because that just disturbs my energy. I'm very much a energy person. Another thing I realized in these last 10 years, I'm an empath, highly sensitive, highly emotional person. And I'm very spiritually in tune. I can feel energies. That's why I gotta watch the amount of people I be around, like crowds and stuff like that, because I can feel the energy, and it kind of it will mess up my mood. And I didn't know that growing up. I got called, my mom used to be like, you too sensitive. You did, kind of just berate me for it. And I really wish, if that part of me was embraced when I was younger, I think that I would have been more set up to be better quicker. When I got to college, and now I can reflect on it, everything I've been through, I can really look back at circumstances and see what it was. Because, hindsight is 20/20, right? But when I got into college, I kind of had a hard time adjusting, because I didn't have any secure people there with me. I didn't have any people that I knew loved me. I didn't have any people that I knew had my back. And that made me uneasy, because I was far away from home. And I had friends, people I was cool with. But when you're in the college dorms, you're cool with anybody. You want to go to the hall and eat with people. But I wanted to make sure that if some shit hit the fan, I had somebody that was going to rock with me. And that wasn't really the case. So it made me a little uneasy. just a mixture of energies and people being fake. And it's just like that really triggers me. It really bothers me. Like, I just cannot operate in this world as an actor. It's just really kind of impossible for me. I'm learning how to be more, I don't even know how to say it. Like, think about how it is when you go to work, like the office politics. You kind of got to just smile and nod and, just be just socially neutral, I guess. Socially neutral. I'm going to look that up later and see if that's really a thing. But like socially neutral in a way that I'm not like asserting my personality too much. And I'm not, what the kids call doing too much. Girl, I done forgot the first thing I said. Oh, let's see if we can pick it back up. Ooh, my shoulders are hurting real bad from the gym. My whole body hurt, really. I'm about to go torture myself some more because I'm really enjoying that. Oh, another thing. We're just going to leave that past. Whatever I was just talking about, fill in the blanks yourself. Or comment below if you need some clarification, because I literally forgot. And my brain power is not going to allow me to go back to that last portion or whatever I was just talking about. But I would have gotten involved in fitness. Like, I really wish that physical health and wellness was a part of my life when I was a teenager, because I wouldn't have got fat so quick. I got fat so quick in these last 10 years. It didn't make no sense. As soon as I graduated, I swear I was like 128 pounds when I graduated. And that was the smallest I had ever been. Because I don't remember how much I was weighing, like maybe 130, 140 or so. I don't know. But when I graduated, I was 128. Slim as fuck in that prom dress, okay? It was giving in that prom dress. I had a little dunk too. I was looking good. And as soon as I got to college, just started getting fat. It did not take long. So if I was 128 when I was 18, by the time I was 22, I remember being like 190 at one point. Maybe 21. Like, what the fuck was you doing in that short amount of time that you done gained? How many pounds is that? 40? And it's the freedom. That's really what it is. I was getting money, not even that much money, just enough money. You're a single person, you living on campus. There's so many chicken tenders and stuff you could eat. If you eat chicken tenders 3 times a day, 5 days a week, what you expect? And then got the freedom. You're just doing whatever, with whoever, So yeah, that happened to me. And I wish that I would have been more active throughout the early part of my 20s to set myself up for an easier journey now. But at the same time, I'm happy that I found fitness and I could like really be in tune with my body, because now I have the mind, body, soul connection. Like, I'm really in tune with myself. I'm very self-aware. So that's probably what really helped me even get on the fitness journey, because one day I just looked at myself and I was like, dang, I'm kind of big. Like, I never made the connection before, because when you're in survival mode, when you focus on other things in your life, some things take a back burner until your plate gets cleaned a little bit. And then you could kind of reflect on like things that you could improve and, just other ways to just make your life easier. That's what really fitness does for me. At first, I was putting a lot of emphasis on like the way my body looks. I went to this party last night, the one that I was coming from in the first, the second clip or whatever. And I'm looking around at all the body diversity. It's so many different shapes and sizes, especially for women. Men, not so much. Y'all got like a couple different ways y'all could look. Y'all either got a belly with small legs like Peasy, or, real boxy and slim like a basketball player. I don't know. Y'all only come in a couple different forms. With women, all shapes and sizes, roles in different places. And it really just made me feel good that I'm a part of the body diversity. Like, social media will have your brain skewed to think that all women look one way and that's how you should look. But when you really dig down, like when you really deep dive into it, like them hoes do not even look like how they trying to say they look. They got apps and stuff to curve their bodies in different ways. But when you really go outside and touch grass, when you really go out to the club and see these real girls out here, you will see that you look like them. They look like you. We all got a little tummy. We all got little love handles. And these niggas still be looking. So whenever you find yourself comparing yourself to some people on the internet, girl, go outside. Do not sit around and compare yourself to these hoes on the internet. That's crazy. Go outside and see what the real girls look like. How the real girls is dressing, how the real girls is acting. But at the same time, you got to watch where you go, because some of these girls, they under the same spell as you. So it's just, your 20s, it's hard. It's going to be hard regardless. I don't know anybody that said their 20s was easy. The 20s is the hardest part of the puzzle. And I think I'm on the tail end of it being hard. I think it's been up. It's been up. But I'm exponentially, like, I'm going to damn near hit the moon soon. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited to get older. I'm excited about having gray hair. Some people be tripping over stuff like that. I'm happy because I have lived, baby. I have made it. And I'm still making it. I'm still talking. I'm still breathing. I'm still interacting with my kids. I'm still enjoying life. It's not over. My youth is going away slowly. And that's fine with me. Because it just makes me more secure in the fact that, like, I know what I'm talking about. I done been here for a minute. You can't little boy me. You can't son me. I have a resume. I have 10 years under my belt of being an adult. Let's check. Let's see what's been accomplished. I need some water. Having 10 years under your belt as an adult kind of adds some legitimacy to what you're saying. Like, a hoe gotta take me serious at this point. You gotta take me serious, baby. I've been here and I done seen some things. Okay? I'm not playing with you hoes. I'm not kidding around. Having 10 years under my belt make me feel more secure when I go on dates with these knuckleheads. Like, I went on this one date with this guy, and I could already tell what he was trying to do. He was putting emphasis, trying to teach me stuff. He was like, yeah, when you in business, you got to do this. And if I had this, then this was this. And woo, woo, woo. And I'm like, everything this man is saying is incorrect. And I'm just having a conversation with him. Like, no, that's not true. Actually, da-da-da-da. And he was like, why are you operating in your masculine? You're disagreeing with me about everything. I'm like, I got a business degree, right? And he was like, oh, I didn't know that. Like, you trying to coach me on some shit that, baby, I can actively participate in this conversation. You ain't got to coach me on nothing. If you want to teach me something, teach me how to build a house, brick and mortar. Teach me how to do some drywall. I need some home improvement. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna have to be a whole nother video in itself. If you're still watching this, I appreciate you. This has been everywhere. My camera has 4 minutes left on it. I'm going to go ahead and stop right here. If you want more, if you want life advice in general, I can't say ask me, but I can give you more tea on my lived experience and let you know, my takes on things. Let me know in the comments if this video reaches your algorithm. If it does and you still see this part, I really appreciate you. You may as well like, comment, and subscribe at this point, because you're engaged in this community. You love it here. Okay? As always, it's been me, the Hobbyist. I appreciate you guys for sticking around, for being here through this journey of not only YouTube, but my life. It's all unfolding here and now in front of us. In a couple years from now, I'm going to look back at this video and be like, wow, I remember that girl. And I'm proud of that girl. Because that's really important. Think about all the past yous. Toddler you. Kid you. Teenage you. Think about all them girls. Think about how it's all you, but just different versions, and how everything added up for you to be your most ideal self. Even if you're not even your most ideal self yet, because there's always room for improvement. Bitches is rude. There's always room for improvement, but like, just think about how everything you've been through. Latte, I'm coming in a second, because people be haters. Think about how everything you've been through has come together and brought you to this space that you're in now. Think about where you want to be and the steps that you would have to take now to get to be that person that you want to be. That's really all I have to say. Just take actionable steps to creating the life you want to create for yourself. And don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. This life is what you make it. It's your own. You're not being watched. No measuring ruler. I'm about to say measuring stick, but no rulers are placed against you. There's nothing that you have to achieve. There's nothing that you have to do. It's all about what you want to do. And some people don't want to do shit. I can't relate, but it's your life. Live it as you please. And that's the only thing I want is just people to have permission to just live, period. Live without asterisks. It's just live. That's the point of life, is to live. Eat, breathe, shit, sleep. Take care of your responsibilities if that's what you want, because some people don't give a damn. Like I said, can't relate. I cannot identify with that. But yeah, whatever you want, just go after it. And don't make excuses for yourself. Don't say, oh, I never seen this before, so it can't happen. No, do you know what the fuck a change maker is? Do you know what innovation is? Baby, you can create something that ain't nobody ever seen before and leave these hoes shook. They're like, oh my God. And they're going to think you crazy at first when you get started because they never seen it. And they don't believe in themselves. So they don't know what it looks like to really show up for yourself and be authentic and be you. So you can be the one to teach them hoes. This is how it's done. Okay? This is how you get the motherfucking bag. All right? As always, it's been me, the Hobbiist. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Have a great day. Boy.
I was always getting jealous and jealous. I was with you when you didn't have no dollars. Hanging at the crib, you was with your mama. Never fronted you, never brought the drama. Now you flip the script, nigga, please. Fuck, nigga.